Anti-Monitor vs. Darkseid. Who would win in a fight? Anti-Monitor and Darkseid are two of the most powerful and iconic villains in the DC universe. For decades, they have relentlessly challenged and threatened DC's superheroes, leaving massive destruction in their wake. When a battle erupts between Anti-Monitor, the embodiment of ultimate destruction, and Darkseid, the brutal master of Apokolips, it's a clash of two of the most terrifying forces in the universe. Both characters possess extraordinary endurance, unparalleled durability, and even superior speed, making this fight unpredictable. Anti-Monitor, a manifestation of cosmic energy, is a six-dimensional entity that surpasses most beings in the DC universe, while Darkseid matches or even exceeds him in power. But before we dive deeper into the analysis, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and enable notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you. With his current physiology as a new god, Darkseid has reached a level far beyond any of his previous forms. He possesses some of the most destructive abilities the universe has ever witnessed. Darkseid's Omega effect, like a deadly aura, surrounds him and allows him to fire Omega beams from his eyes, which can pierce through nearly anything. He can disintegrate matter down to the molecular level with a single Omega beam. Additionally, Darkseid can manipulate darkness, transforming it into a powerful weapon, and has even used it to kill the supreme beings of the multiverse, the Quintessence. He also deploys the erosion blast, causing waves of destruction across his surroundings. He can manipulate gravity and time to a certain extent, and even absorb power from other beings. When necessary, Darkseid can change his size and summon a death entity called the Black Racer, a terrifying weapon of destruction. Anti-Monitor, the complete opposite of his brother Monitor, rules the entire antimatter universe with supreme power, reigning as an undefeated god. With absolute control over antimatter, Anti-Monitor wields unimaginable destructive power. Even the Spectre, the embodiment of God's wrath, was never strong enough to defeat him. Anti-Monitor's power comes from his close connection to antimatter. Using it to unravel the structure of objects, he consumes positive matter universes to sustain himself, turning this into a deadly force that threatens all of existence. His abilities also include changing size and transforming between forms of energy and matter. Given all of this, it's clear that Anti-Monitor could easily defeat Darkseid. He possesses overwhelming power and affects countless universes, often consuming them to increase his own strength. And Darkseid ranks in the class 100 strength category, meaning he can lift at least 100 tons. However, this isn't his ultimate limit, as he can surpass it if empowered by magic or other means. Thanks to his new god physiology, Darkseid can maintain his maximum power for long periods without fatigue. In fact, he once fought Highfather Isaiah for an entire week without losing stamina. Anti-Monitor, however, is an opponent of a completely different caliber. His strength appears to have no clear limits, as he easily defeats Kryptonian warriors like Supergirl, treating them like weaklings. As the ruler of his own universe, accurately determining Anti-Monitor's lifting capacity is impossible. However, in terms of durability, he far exceeds Darkseid. In the past, Anti-Monitor fought his twin brother, the Monitor, for 1,000,000 years, showing a level of endurance that is almost divine. Anti-Monitor once achieved the incredible feat of nearly erasing the entire positive matter universe, intending to replace it with his antimatter universe. In the early days of his rise to power, he developed strength so great that he challenged the multiverse's most powerful heroes and entities. Anti-Monitor, or at least his original version, directly confronted Darkseid and won. He achieved this by using the anti-life equation to control Black Racer, forcing Darkseid to face death. When discussing beings like Darkseid, we must imagine them not just as physical entities, but as concepts from the archetypal realm, existing beyond the boundaries of space and time. Darkseid represents primal evil, and the entire Final Crisis event revolves around this idea. When it comes to Darkseid's true form, or his omnipotent self, the matter becomes highly complex. His nature is an all-encompassing void that consumes everything around him. He is even strong enough to defeat divine entities from the Quintessence. He is nearly on par with the Empty Hand, a powerful entity serving the Great Darkness. Darkseid could even harm him by exploiting the immense advantage Empty Hand possesses. Remember, Darkseid can bend reality to his will at this point. He even overwhelmed the mind of Psycho Pirate, who had witnessed countless events, leaving him trembling in fear of the message Darkseid is. What this means is that Darkseid can connect the entire multiverse, opening access to the rest of the multiverse series within the Omniverse to control the shadow that engulfs everything the Great Darkness. Anti-Monitor is extremely powerful, capable of withstanding attacks from the Lantern Corps. Even when Anti-Monitor uses his realm to refuel himself, Monitor is still backed by the entire multiverse. Darkseid can achieve speeds far beyond light, as he has been seen covering vast distances in the universe in the blink of an eye. His combat speed is also terrifying, making it hard for even swift opponents like Superman or Wonder Woman to keep up. Additionally, Darkseid possesses teleportation and free flight, making him a comprehensive threat. Anti-Monitor, no less formidable, also boasts incredible speed with the ability to fly, teleport, and even travel through dimensions at will. His combat and movement speed are unmatched, challenging even cosmic entities. Darkseid still holds a formidable position in the grueling clashes between him and and Anti-Monitor. Darkseid is renowned for his immortality. He can survive the destruction of an entire planet without being harmed. With near total immunity to all forms of energy attacks, Darkseid can regenerate from even the most severe injuries. Even when killed, he finds a way to return because his essence is too powerful to truly die. As for Anti-Monitor, he is almost invulnerable to any kind of damage. It takes the combined efforts of hundreds of superpowered beings to hurt him, and even then, bringing him down is a daunting task. Anti-Monitor has lived for countless lifetimes, existing for millions of years by consuming universes to sustain himself. In essence, he could be considered immortal, never truly fading away. In the DC universe, Anti-Monitor is seen as a harbinger of the Apokolips. His appearance signifies the impending doom of a universe. Unlike villains who target specific superheroes, Anti-Monitor is an enemy of Superman or Wonder Woman alone. He is the ultimate threat, the foe of the entire DC universe, instilling fear across all beings with his immense power. Darkseid is a strategic genius with a superior intellect and possesses vast, unimaginable resources. In some cases, he has demonstrated cosmic-level awareness. Through meticulous planning and cunning strategies, Darkseid has defeated some of the most powerful beings in the DC universe. Anti-Monitor is also a supreme genius with access to advanced technology and countless powerful tools. He is omnipresent with the ability to perceive the universe, giving him a tremendous advantage in any battle. Darkseid rarely has to resort to direct combat to achieve his goals, but when needed, he has destroyed entire planets and defeated some of the strongest beings. Similarly, Anti-Monitor doesn't rely on combat skills due to his overwhelming power and vast abilities. While Anti-Monitor has proven to be a better fighter in some cases, his millions of years of experience in warfare and leadership make him a terrifying adversary. In fact, quite the opposite. In Justice League V243 2015, during the Darkseid War event, Anti-Monitor bound Flash Barry Allen to Black Racer, an aspect of death, to control him later. With a blast, possibly from antimatter or even the anti-life equation, Anti-Monitor propelled Black Flash to charge at and pierce through Darkseid, killing him in the process. Although Darkseid was later resurrected by his daughter Grail and restored to adulthood through the life forces of other gods, he was truly dead at that moment. As for why they seemed so evenly matched during the Darkseid War, World Forger briefly told Monitor in Justice League V430 2019, "Friend, our powers may be greatly diminished on this plane. While some may read this and think it's a cheap excuse to depower Anti-Monitor, it explains quite a bit. There's no reason prominent figures like Darkseid wouldn't have gained knowledge of Anti-Monitor at some point." Mobius, also known as Anti-Monitor, exists to destroy the entire multiverse. Anti-Monitor is the destroyer when universes weaken, and the World Forger creates new multiverses. When Anti-Monitor sets to his devastating work, he is fulfilling the purpose for which he was born. This means wiping out all life wherever he goes without a second thought, for example, his vengeful killing of Supergirl. Anti-Monitor is more like an elemental force than a true villain. Despite possessing intelligence, you wouldn't ascribe to natural disasters like storms or earthquakes. It makes him a conscious catastrophe with the cunning and power to pursue his goals to their ultimate conclusion. Therefore, calling Anti-Monitor a demon might not be accurate. He simply fulfills his purpose as a force for the inevitable end of what is weak in the multiverse. Conversely, Darkseid exists with the purpose of enslaving all beings. Under his rule, you might survive, but you would be entirely subdued to his will or live a miserable life as a slave. Darkseid seeks not just to control bodies but to crush free will, uniting all life under his absolute rule. One reason Darkseid opposes Anti-Monitor is that if Mobius, the true form of Anti-Monitor, completes his mission, all existence will be destroyed, leaving nothing for Darkseid to rule. Both are ruthless, but Darkseid's cruelty is pettier and more irrational. Unlike Anti-Monitor, who is driven by primal urges to destroy and rebuild, Darkseid acts out of no such necessity for survival. As one of the most powerful new gods, perhaps second only to Highfather, Darkseid has almost no limits to his abilities. Yet instead of using his terrifying strength and intellect to create, he chooses the path of conquest. Darkseid's goal is not only to control the physical, but to enslave the minds and souls of others, often through horrific torture and massacres. Anti-Monitor has long possessed the anti-life equation, allowing him to enslave any living being at will. Rather than being weakened, his power is bolstered by the tremendous energy flowing through his veins from this very equation. Without a doubt, Anti-Monitor surpasses Darkseid in strength and is fully capable of defeating him in battle. Anti-Monitor can destroy Darkseid even at the molecular level, a superiority he has demonstrated in numerous confrontations throughout the comics. In terms of raw power, endurance, and durability, Anti-Monitor completely overwhelms Darkseid, allowing him to last longer in any prolonged fight. Additionally, Anti-Monitor has more combat experience and superior skills, making him an extremely terrifying opponent. Anti-Monitor is not just a powerful entity, but a complete destroyer, leaving anyone who faces him understanding that they are standing before an unstoppable force. What do you think? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and that's our video for today. I'll end the video here. Thank you all so much.